Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome back to your favorite channel, of course, the Thai Expat Daily Show. I'm your host, Kieran Mack, here today, and we are going to get into the top 5 trending stories in just a few minutes. Now, before we do get started, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so that YouTube will let you know when the next show or live stream is available on the platform. If you like listening to us on a podcast player, link down below in the description. It'll take you to a website where a vast array of podcast players hosting this show can be found. And finally, if you like the show, if you want to support us here in the show, the easiest and the best way for us is for you to become a channel member. Details also down below in the description, but really it's just as simple as hitting join. So now it's all done and dusted. Let's jump into those trending stories here in Thailand today. The government plan to raise the national minimum wage to 400 baht per day faced another setback yesterday as the scheduled meeting of the Tripartite committee failed to take place due to a lack of a quorum. Now, the Labour Ministry's permanent secretary explained that the meeting was postponed after 6 of the 10 committee members were absent. Of those absent, 4 represented the government, while 2 represented employees. He assured that the absence was not politically motivated, noting that the members had informed the committee chair in advance. The reason for not attending included illness and prior business commitments. Now, the committee members who were present agreed to reschedule the meeting for September 24th. However, he also cautioned that if a quorum is again not met, the meeting will be postponed further. He expressed concern that any additional delays would prevent the cabinet from reviewing and potentially announcing the new minimum wage on October 1st, as previously promised by the government. The proposed increase in the daily minimum wage would affect businesses with 200 or more employees, potentially benefiting around 1 million migrant workers and 4 million Thai workers. J. Emmanuel Thomas, a former Arsenal football player who once made an appearance in the Champions League, has been charged in connection with an attempt to smuggle cannabis valued at about £600,000 or $800,000 through a UK airport. Now, the 33-year-old, who currently plays for Scottish Championship side Greenock Morton, was arrested at his home near Glasgow early Wednesday, according to reports from the Press Association. Following his arrest, Emmanuel Thomas was taken to Carlisle in northern England for questioning by the National Crime Agency. Authorities confirmed that the arrest was part of an investigation into drug smuggling activities. Now, Emmanuel Thomas, whose professional career began at Arsenal, played 5 times for the club, including a Champions League fixture against Shakhtar Donetsk in November 2010. He later played for several English teams, including Ipswich Town, Bristol City and Queen's Park Rangers, as well as Aberdeen in Scotland and PTT Rayong, in Thailand. The case stems from a seizure made by customs officials at Stansted Airport, where approximately 60 kilograms of cannabis were found in 2 suitcases on a flight from Bangkok on September 2nd. 2 women were also arrested in connection with the incident. Now, Emmanuel Thomas is scheduled to appear in court on Thursday in Carlisle, facing charges of importing Class B drugs. The NCA had recently issued warnings to travellers arriving from Thailand, Canada, and the United States about the severe penalties for attempting to bring cannabis into the UK. The maximum sentence for such offences is 14 years in prison. Thailand has introduced new draft legislation aimed at regulating the cannabis industry, focusing on curbing recreational use while stopping short of reclassifying cannabis as a narcotic. The Ministry of Public Health, under the leadership of Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra, government published the bill earlier this week, allowing for public comments until September 30th. This draft is the latest development in Thailand's evolving cannabis policy, following the decriminalization of marijuana in 2022. Now, according to a Bloomberg report, the draft bill allows cannabis and its extracts to be used for medical treatment, research, and in herbal, food, and cosmetic products. However, it does not impose an outright ban on recreational use, nor does it reclassify cannabis as a narcotic. Under the proposed legislation, non-medical consumption could lead to fines of up to 60,000 baht, while unauthorized sales could result in up to 1 year in jail or fines of 100,000 baht. The bill also introduces stricter regulations on the growing, the selling, and the exporting of cannabis, requiring new licenses or permits for those activities. The proposed law seeks to balance the ruling Pheu Thai party's promise from last year's general election to crack down on recreational marijuana use, with the more liberal stance that has emerged since Thailand's historic decriminalization of cannabis. While the initial decriminalization was praised for its progressiveness, it occurred before a clear regulatory framework was established, leading to a boom in marijuana dispensaries and a lack of control over the industry. Currently, an estimated 9,498 dispensaries operate across Thailand, offering everything from cannabis strains to pre-rolled joints and edibles. This rapid expansion has caused concern among conservative groups, particularly regarding its impact on youth. In response, Pheu Thai had previously promised to reclassify cannabis as a Category 5 narcotic, effectively banning its growth, possession, and consumption by the end of this year. Now, however, internal pressure from the Bumjai Thai party, a key player in the coalition government, prompted a shift in the government's stance. Bumjai Thai's leader, Anatan Charabakul, who spearheaded cannabis decriminalization under the previous administration, opposed the complete ban and push for regulation over prohibition. Now, in late July, Anatan revealed that Prime Minister Sareta Thavisin had agreed to discuss plans for a regulatory bill instead of a blanket ban. While the new legislation will likely present challenges in Thailand's cannabis industry and face opposition from industry advocates, it represents a more balanced approach than a return to the strict policies of the past. The Public Health Ministry may still make adjustments to the draft bill. It is submitted to the Cabinet and Parliament for approval, meaning further changes are possible before the bill becomes law. A video circulating online has sparked a police investigation into a suspected $0 tour in Bangkok after a confrontation between a foreign illegal tour guide and a female Chinese tourist at a jewelry store in the Lat Krabang district on September 17th. Now, in the video, the illegal guide is seen berating the tourist for refusing to purchase products from the store, accusing her of disrespect. Now, the guide then tries to stop the tourist from filming by physically pushing her, prompting her to cry out for help, claiming she was assaulted. Security personnel intervened, removing the guide from the store. The Facebook page, Tourism Industry, reports that the jewelry store is known for its ties to $0 tours, in which foreign illegal guides bring tourists to buy goods in exchange for commissions. It is suspected that the guide was upset because the tourist did not make any purchases, resulting in a loss for him as he did not receive a commission. The incident occurred just a day after a group of Thai tour guides met with the Ministry of Tourism and Sports, Mr. Sarawang Tiantong, on September 16th to raise concerns about illegal foreign guides. Thai tour guides argue that these illegal operators harm the economy and tarnish Thailand's tourism image. They have called for a crackdown on foreign illegal guides and tour operators, urging authorities, including the Department of Tourism and the Tourist Police, to take swift action against them and to restore confidence in the tourism industry. Now, in response, Police Colonel Somchai, Deputy Commander of the Tourist Police Division 1, led a team of investigators to the jewelry store where the incident took place. Along with officials from the Department of Tourism, the store manager, and witnesses, they inspected the premises, reviewed the sales process, and examined product standards to ensure that the tourists are not being exploited. The officials also verified price tags and product warranties as part of their investigation. Authorities are continuing their investigation into the foreign guide and the suspected $0 tour, with a focus on preventing further exploitation and safeguarding Thailand's tourism reputation. And finally, a demolition order for 19 luxury villas on Koh Samui has been ignored, with inspections revealing that they are still being rented out to tourists, earning hundreds of thousands of baht. Despite legal orders, operators continue to offer daily and monthly rentals. Now, on September 18, over 50 officials, led by Police Colonel Dusit, inspected villas in Lamai and Bo Pit, uncovering violations of a 2019 ban under the Samui Municipal Control Act. In Lamai, a Luxembourg tourist had rented a villa for €7,000 per month, unaware of its illegal status. Authorities explained the legal situation and planned to file charges against the owner. At Bo Put, officials found 8 villas still in use despite being ordered to close. One villa was rented to a cleaning company and another to a French citizen for 20,000 baht per month. A Russian family rented another villa for 200,000 baht for 2 weeks, also unaware of the illegality. Authorities have sealed off the area and any entry is now illegal. Demolition on the Lamai villas is scheduled for October, with further inspections planned to ensure compliance. The Bo Put villas are also set to face legal restrictions and demolitions.